Hey guys, so this will be the last video of 2021. It's been such a fantastic year. Thank you all so much for your support. And I hope that at least some of my videos have been really helpful to you in terms of helping you with your personal finances, giving you some food for thought, and guiding you to do your own research so that you can get your finances to where you want them to be. So this video is all about preparing our personal finances for the year 2022, or any year really. It doesn't matter what year it is, but it's preparing your finances for the year ahead. So, it's always that nice feeling when you're getting towards the end of the year to start thinking about what you want to change for the year ahead, what worked for the previous year, what didn't work, and really thinking and setting a plan in place so that you are able to achieve your financial goals. So it has been proven in studies that thinking in your mind about the goals that you have isn't as effective as writing some goals down. So I'm encouraging all of my subscribers who are watching my videos to write down some goals that you have for the year ahead. Whether you think it's silly or whether you think it's not necessary, it has been proven that writing down goals generally turns into a higher success rate than just having it in your mind. So if you have some goals, write them down, whether that's writing it down in the notes in your phone or writing it down the good old-fashioned way with pen and paper, because I really do believe there's power in intention and making that intention beyond just thinking it in your mind. So this video, I'll be talking about my personal finance goals that I have for 2022 and the goals that I had for this year and what worked, what didn't. And I'll also be talking about personal finance goals in general and how you can kind of break them down into categories. But I also wanted to let you guys know that I have created a Facebook group for people who want to have a group of people that you can be accountable to in regards to your goals. So I think a big part of achieving goals is accountability. So one step is writing it down, making it known on paper, in your phone, wherever. And then the next step is telling somebody that you have these goals, because that accountability pushes you to try and achieve these goals that you have. So I've created this Facebook group. I've linked it down below in the description. This Facebook group is just for anybody who's interested in achieving some finance goals for the year 2022 and they want a bit of accountability. So of course I will be in that Facebook group and I will write my goals down like everybody else. And the goal is just to do a monthly check-in, so 12 times throughout the year of 2022, just to say how far we've come along with our goals, if we're working towards it, if we need to tweak things. But it's just having that accountability of a few other people who you can also, rely on and maybe get encouragement from. So if you are interested, then it is down below, the link down below. It is a private Facebook group, so you will have to request to join, because I don't think it's fair for people to just have their goals put out there. So it is a private Facebook group. You are more than welcome to join me on this endeavor. And yeah, for those of you who need something like this, I really hope you're going to get good use out of it. So as I was saying earlier, financial goals, I think, can really be broken down into categories. And I think they fall under one of these four categories. That is debt, so working towards paying off some kind of consumer debt, or it could be even long-term debt, working to overpay your mortgage, or even working towards paying down your student loans. So the first category is debt, so normally people have goals that fall underneath that. The second category is savings. So this could be savings towards an emergency fund, saving towards a house or home renovations. It could be saving towards your children's future or even a big holiday or something like that, a car. But that's the second category, savings. The third category is investment. So this could be investments within your ISA, a LISA, or a stocks and shares ISA, or it could also be pensions. So putting money towards your pension, making a pension contribution every month, or it could even be buying a property, buying a buy-to-let property as an investment. And the fourth category that I think is knowledge. So increasing your financial literacy, your financial education. That could be done through reading books, doing research. It could be done through taking a course. It could be done through getting a financial coach. many different ways there are, but I think that is the fourth category, is making sure that you understand what you need to do to get your finances into a better place. So those are generally the four categories that I would say goals are broken down into. And generally speaking, I personally think it's good to have at least one goal in each category if it's applicable to you. So if, for instance, you don't have any debt other than a mortgage and you're happy to, not overpay your mortgage, then a debt category would not be relevant to you. But if it is relevant to you, then I think it's good to have one goal, at least one goal in each of these categories. So I thought I would also share some of my financial goals. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I think it's really helpful when you get an idea of what other people are doing with their finances, what kind of goals they have. Sometimes people really struggle to think about, well, what should my goal be? What should I be working towards? So I'm hoping by sharing some of my goals, it will give you a bit of inspiration and a bit of food for thought of what some of your goals can be. And of course, you're going to have to tweak them according to your needs and your personal circumstances. So to give you some ideas, in the year 2021, I focused on paying down debt, which was a goal that I had. And I managed to pay off 2 loans. So I had 2 personal loans that I have been paying off for some time, but they now have finished as of 2021, which is just the best feeling ever. So that was a goal that I had for this year, which I have achieved. Another goal that I had was to pay off multiple credit cards. So I had different credit cards, £200 here, £500 here, whatever else. And I've now officially paid off those credit cards. I do have one credit card with a balance on it, but it's 0% interest, and I'll be paying that off slowly over time. But yeah, the goal to pay off most of my credit cards, especially credit cards that I had interest on, have been achieved. So those are some of the debt goals that I had for the year 2021. One of the saving goals that I had for 2021 was to build up a relatively small emergency fund. So generally the gold standard, as you've probably heard a million times before, is between 3 to 6 months worth of your expenses. I'm not quite at that 3 months mark, and that is something that I am looking to do in 2022. But yes, one of my goals for 2021 was to build up that emergency fund. So I have a couple of £1,000s sitting in an emergency fund when I need it. And my goal also for 2021 was to keep it replenished. So when I did need to access that emergency fund, I would top it back up so that that money was always there to fall back on. Another one of my goals for 2021 was to get my Trading 212 account to over £1,000, which I have achieved. I'm currently just over £1,100, so I was able to achieve that before the year end, so that was great. And another investment goal that I had for the year was to invest into my Vanguard ISA every single month. So without fail, I put some money aside. It varied from month to month because there's other financial commitments that we had. So it varied. I mean, some months I would put in £200, other months I could put £1,000+ into the investments. So it did vary, but the goal was to just build the habit. So now investing every single month is something that I've been able to achieve throughout this entire year. Another one of my goals for 2021 was to increase my pension contributions. So at the beginning of the year, I was contributing 4% every month, and my employer was contributing 6% every month. And now I contribute 6% every month, which means my employer contributes 10% every month. So I went from a total of 10% being put into my pension every month to now having 16% contribution towards my pension every month. So that's quite a bit of a difference. So I'm really pleased with that goal being achieved as well. And lastly, I had a goal to read 3 financial books for the year. I did surpass that, which is great. But again, it's about that financial knowledge that I wanted to build, and I've still got loads more to learn. I think, you never stop learning. Well, at least I believe you never stop learning. So that is something that I have achieved for the year, and I'll bring into 2022 as well. So for the year 2022, some of the goals that I have is to build up the emergency fund to be exactly 3 months worth of my expenses. So as I said, I'm not quite there yet, so it needs a bit more buffering up. And my goal is in 2022 to at least get it to that 3-month mark. If I could get to 4 or 5 months, then that will be even better. But at least 3 months is what I'm aiming for. The second goal that I have is to keep the Vanguard strategy that I have in terms of investment. So if you've watched my Vanguard portfolio updates, you will know the strategy I have where I've broken it down by 6 funds and I have an allocation. I'm sticking to that allocation for 2022. So that is my goal, just to see how things go for the next year. In 2023, I may tweak it a bit, but for now, I'm sticking with that. And another goal that I have, which may be interesting, is to keep it flexible with my contributions for the year 2022. So as I said, with this year, it has varied a lot because some months it was less that I was contributing and some months it was more, but the goal was just to contribute every single month. For this year coming, I still have lots of different financial commitments, quite expensive ones that I need to take into consideration. So I can't just throw all my money into investments. I have to save for other commitments as well. So my goal this year is to keep flexible because it really worked for me last year. It meant that every single month I was able to invest because I wasn't putting pressure on myself to invest a certain amount. It was more about investing than it was about investing, I don't know, £1,000 a month, for instance. It was just about, okay, just invest something every single month. So I'm going to keep that as a goal for 2022 because that really worked well for me in 2021. For investments, I will continue contributing £50 a month into my Trading 212 account, which I've been doing now for, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 plus months. It's been working for me, so I will continue doing that throughout 2022. And I'll also continue doing what I'm doing for my pension contribution. And I will do my yearly transfer in March 2022, so you'll see that in my Vanguard portfolio updates. But what I'm doing is working. So if it's not broken, don't try and fix it as far as I'm concerned. So that is basically my intention for 2022 and my financial goals. Now, one thing I will say is the beauty of personal finance is once you've got a system going that works, you'll find that you don't need to spend much time tweaking things. So, you know, many of my goals for this year are very similar to the goals I had for 2021. And that's because what I did in 2021 worked. I found a system that worked for me and my husband, and we don't need to change much. We just need to kind of keep going how we're going. Things are going well. We're seeing our investments increase. We're seeing our debts go down. We're seeing our net worth increase. So everything's going in the right direction. So it's not just about trying to find new things. It may be that what you've done before is working and you're going to continue. That could be your goal. Or it could be that you need to make little tweaks here and there. So I hope that this has been a helpful video for you, that it's given you some ideas. As I said, you're welcome to join the Facebook group if you want some kind of accountability with this. And it's just been such a fantastic year. I'm so grateful to every single one of you who continue to like, comment, subscribe, just engage with me, send me emails, who've purchased my budget spreadsheets, who have used my referral links for things. It has just been such a fantastic year and I am so very grateful. I hope that you have a blessed and wonderful end of year as you move into 2022. And again, just thank you so much and I will see you in the next video real soon.